Great pleasure to welcome two of today's special guests from Murder on the Orient Express, Josh Gad and Leslie Odom Jr.
That was an original pronunciation of your name. I loved it. Ken, I don't know how this is going to end today, but Leslie and I are rooting for you. We hope it goes in your favor.
A 15-year-old Kenneth Branagh goes to see a production of Hamlet starring Sir Derek Jacobi, and it changes his life. He makes a promise to himself in that moment that that will not be the last time that he's in a room with Mr. Derek Jacobi working on Hamlet. Put a pin in that story. We'll return to it later.
So two things you need to know about Sir Kenneth Branagh and Leslie and I. He taught us everything there is to know about Shakespeare and everything there is to know about our own worthlessness. We went to school together at Carnegie Mellon University where we were in the same class, and there were two certainties as you went to school. One was by the end of the 4 years, half the class would come out of the closet. And the other certainty was that we would learn Shakespeare by watching films like Hamlet and Henry V. And then you cut to about 20 years later, Leslie and I get a phone call that we're going to get to work with one of the great legends living right now. And we show up to London, and we go see him in The Entertainer. And this is a man who is simultaneously co-directing this show, starring in this show, artistic directing the theater's programming, and somehow tap dancing like the most brilliant tap dancer I've ever seen. And then literally, having come from Broadway, you want to do nothing else when you perform. You want to go home, take a drink, go to bed, and sleep the next day. He gets up 7 a.m. the next morning, works out, meets us on set, and proceeds to go through pre-production of Murder on the Orient Express, followed by makeup tests, followed by rehearsals, at which time he proceeds to interrogate us in character as a character named Hercule Poirot, not Hercule Poirot. And so he then literally teaches Leslie and I that we're the most worthless performers of all time. Because I'm looking at him and I'm like, I can do one of these things. This man does everything. You are truly a jack of all trades. You are one of the most gifted human beings I have ever had the privilege of knowing and working with. You have followed in the footsteps of greats like Charlie Chaplin, and it is such an honor to know and work with you. And with that, I'm going to hand it back to my colleague, Leslie.
On this 26th day of October in the year of our Lord, for his distinctive, indelible contributions in front of the camera and behind the camera, for Othello, Hamlet, Love's Labors, As You Like It, Macbeth, for the magic and romance of Cinderella, for Thor, for Murder on the Orient Express. Hollywood memorializes the hands and tootsies of Sir Kenneth Charles Branagh in Water and Aggregate Rock to cement his place amongst the others who dared and toiled and made and dreamed. If 15-year-old Kenneth could see you now. Congratulations, sir.